He doesn't fasten his seatbelt or put his key in the ignition. I guess we're not going anywhere. The police sergeant says again, "I'm sorry to interrupt you at work, Mrs. Cleary. We're looking for your husband."
Chapter 1. Tom. At this point in time, I can accurately be described as unemployed, impotent, and a liar. It still puzzles me that just a few weeks after my first wedding anniversary, I'm sitting alone in a cafe for misfits miles from my home. I found this shambolic haven by chance. What does a man with a disintegrating life do by himself for hours at a time? If you hang about too much in the same street, then other people get suspicious. And if you drive around aimlessly for too long, then your own internal darkness is unbearable. One day, just into November, I'd been driving for an hour, passing increasingly unfamiliar places, and felt confident I must be in a different country. I took the first turning off the main road, and after a few miles found an old-fashioned, large-ish village with instant appeal. Quiet. No one was likely to know me here. The sign said, "Welcome to Middle Priory," and underneath another sentence asked me to please drive carefully through our village. I parked in a small car park, one of the few remaining where you could park for free. I spotted a woman in a heavy checked coat getting out of her car. Her hair was pinned into a neat donut on the back of her head. She looked old enough to be a local. I ran to catch her up as she was walking out of the car park. She spun around so fast I expected to feel a thud from the umbrella she held in her fist. "I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to frighten you. I'm desperate for a decent cup of coffee. I wondered if you knew the area." Her mouth opened into a warm smile that reached her eyes and removed 10 years from her face. She pointed down the hill to the opposite side of the road. "See that blue door? That's the Tea Cozy Cafe. It's usually quite busy, but our Dawn will make sure you're well looked after. I recommend the jacket potatoes." The high street in Middle Priory was quiet. I walked past a gift shop, a butcher boasting organic meat, and a fruit and veg shop. The fruit and veg shop had those old-fashioned scales with a silver bowl on top, and was the sort of place where they choose your produce for you. I saw the shop assistant do that twirly thing to seal the top of a brown bag, and it brought back happy memories of shopping with my gran. I popped into the second-hand bookshop just to get a sniff of the smell of dusty books, and the owner reminded me of the shopkeeper in the children's TV series Mr. Ben. It was the one program my father would tolerate, and occasionally sit next to me and watch. The cafe was warm and still smelled of breakfast. It was empty, apart from an elderly couple sitting at a large rectangular table by the window. They looked like they were having an argument, but when the door closed behind me, the sound of the half-hearted bell prompted them to stare. I wondered if the decor was fruit of a brainstorm amongst drunken friends. Vintage? Bistro? Fast food? Cozy? Retro? The owner obviously felt worried about offending any of the contributors. The walls were crammed with unique art. The prices were more than I paid for my first car, but the pictures reminded me of toddlers' self-portraits. The dark-haired woman behind the counter caught my eye and raised her unkempt eyebrows. I noticed a smudge of something brown above her lip. "Bad idea. A local artist thought we could help each other, but I've sold nothing. I suspect some of them give the pensioners nightmares." She saw me searching for the toilet sign. Sorry. Another work in progress. Be ready any time soon, the builders told me a month ago. I'll make you a cappuccino. Go back towards the car park and there are council loos you can use." I don't remember being given a choice of drink. I thought this was a trusting offer to make to a stranger. Perhaps she felt sorry for me. Was I already wearing my mind on my sleeve? Wiping her hands on her apron, she followed me out of the door and gestured in the direction I'd just come from. Despite their concrete exterior, the toilets were pleasant.